Hi, it's Bunny, and I'm back again with another video. I want to speak about weird comments/situations I've gotten or been with unambiguous black people, and how it's made me be more cautious of having unambiguous friends. Number 1. Dark-skinned men trying to flirt/relate to me by bringing up colorism. It's so strange to me because why would I find anything romantic or appealing about you asking if I've struggled with colorism or harmful stereotypes about darker-skinned people? And I find it interesting when dark-skinned men have brought it up to me, because it's almost like they want me to go into a whole spiel about how life has been terrible because of my skin tone and trauma bond with them over their experiences with colorism. But that's not the case for me, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable and offended that people would assume my life has been harder because of skin tone. Number 2. Monoracial black men trying to bash an MLS guy in front of me for my attention. I had this experience happen like a year ago, and I was so shocked and disgusted. This tan monoracially black guy was trying to make fun of his mixed very light-skinned cousin, as a way of propping himself up, I guess. And it was so pathetic. I let that man know he was a hater, and I took offense to that as someone who has MLS brothers and family. It's really weird how uncomfortable dark-skinned men get around MLS people in general, but specifically men in this case. Like I was walking with a dark-skinned man, and he saw this MLS guy walk past, and he called him a J. Cole-looking N-word. And I was so shocked again, because what did he gain from that? I wasn't impressed. I actually felt like, is this guy insecure or something? Number 3. Randomly bringing up that no one listens to dark-skinned women. I had a dark-skinned woman randomly say no one listens to dark-skinned women when I spoke about the tattoo artist messing up on my tattoo. I was so confused when she said that. The guy messed up because he's nervous and just starting to tattoo professionally, not because he's some type of colorist. Unambiguous dark-skinned women's ability to turn everything into being about their skin tone is so weird and uncomfortable to be around. She didn't even ask if he was new, so that's why he messed up or anything. Just know he was colorist because he's like lighter than you and you're dark. Just strange. Number 4. Randomly bringing up racism when I say I want to visit a certain country or place. Y'all, I said I wanted to live or visit Brazil because I absolutely love Brazilian/Portuguese culture and Brazilian funk. And this unambiguous dark-skinned man told me that I shouldn't go to Brazil because they don't like black people. And when I said, well, they're going to love me, he said, well, there are cartels. Like there aren't gangs everywhere. The fear-mongering that unambiguous black people do to scare black or mixed people out of traveling is so crazy. Racism is definitely a thing. I will never deny its existence. But at times I feel like people are projecting and making ignorant comments because they have an us versus them mindset. Number 5. Hard stares from unambiguous dark-skinned black women trying to figure out if my hair is real or not. This is really the story of my life. The way they freak out and go into investigation mode when I wear my hair down in a wet and wavy style, or do a half-wig type of style with like a 3C texture at the back, and my hair gelled down in the front. It should be studied. I walked down the street with my boyfriend, and they could not stop staring. It freaked me out. A woman in a car like rolled down her windows to look at my hair better, and sort of check if it's real. And the thing is, these women will rarely speak, but they just stare so hard, it's creepy. Number 6. Withholding compliments, especially about my curly hair. This was a new one for me because, and I know it's going to sound narcissistic to most, but I'm used to receiving and giving compliments on everything, but especially hair, because I love everything hair related. So, realizing that a friend or friends are holding back compliments because they feel like I already have enough pretty privilege, so why should they compliment me, was really weird and sad. And I know people will say, oh, you're exaggerating, and how do you know? But I just know, you know? Number 7. Calling me colorist for liking MLS men, while drooling over MLS men in private, and loving MLS women. Now y'all might say, why do you keep bringing this up? Well, like I mentioned in my MLS men video, I was called colorist and anything but a child of God for liking MLS men by a friend, only for the same friend to turn around and like MLS men too, and actually have a preference for MLS women. I used to feel so bad for having a slight preference for MLS men, even though my dad is literally MLS. To the point I kind of suppressed that slight preference. And by slight preference, I mean I usually like Caribbean MLS guys. But I don't really care if a guy is either of the two, as long as he's cute and funny. Like ladies, it's funny and kind of sad that when I was on a dating app, I told myself I couldn't just like or message MLS guys, or that would mean I was colorist. That was so dumb. Number 8. Obsession with straight hair, MLS women and dark-skinned men. Lord, the obsession unambiguous dark-skinned women have is unmatched. I swear, maybe if they focused all this energy into themselves, they would have a pedestal, but no. The problem I have is they say they're the blueprint, but will refuse to take off the bust-down middle part, and turn around, and say everyone's jealous of them. Then they'll say MLS women are replacing them, and have these long rants about how everybody only likes MLS women, but they still have yet to stream Normani's album, and ignore other unambiguous dark-skinned women in their lives. It's so disingenuous. And then of course they say they're divesting, but have yet to actually divest from dark-skinned black men. Hence the continuing crying about not being chosen by them. I just don't care to listen to them go on and on about men that they claim don't like them. Number 9. Hyper-competitiveness. I have never had someone compete more with me than unambiguous dark-skinned black women. Everything is a competition to them, and it's so pathetic. Again, if they are the blueprint, the original woman, and all the other things they say, why pray tell are they competing with exoticals and non-black women so much? Why are they studying us so hard to the point they make new copycat sectors of the internet to jump on the exotical bandwagon and prove they're pretty too? They turn such basic things into a competition. You could be wearing a dress and suddenly they ask you who you're trying to impress. And you must think you're better than them. Like, ma'am, this is a formal event. Was I supposed to wear my pajamas and Crocs or something? Number 10. Asking me how I get my hair curly. This question makes me so annoyed, because I would get asked this nearly every day a couple years ago, before there was more information about curly hair. And you would think white people would be asking me these questions, but no, it was unambiguous black people asking me this, as if I had some secret recipe. For me, it feels like such a stupid question, because all I did was put leave-in conditioner into my hair and brush it through. I literally had no time for that. The only time I actively spent time specifically defining curls was when my bang was out or something, but it's not like I was creating a different texture, it's just gel. Number 11. Pretending I'm darker than I actually am. I tried to act like this wasn't happening, because I was scared to be called a colorist, but it just happened a little too much for me to not think it's a thing. So y'all know I'm a brown or darker-skinned exotical. I really don't care much about specifics of what people call my skin, but it feels weird when people who are clearly darker than me speak, as if we're the same skin tone or darker. Like I was at a party, and that's when the people don't listen to dark-skinned women comment was made to me. And so I assumed I must have tanned pretty dark. So I was now, in that moment, considered dark-skinned. Honey, I looked at the photos and videos of that night, and I looked like a torchlight next to the darker-skinned women at the event. I was gagged. Anyways, I hope y'all liked this little video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to see more from me. Thanks.